All right, what up, people? We here with RKT Appraisals in the building.
Yep.
We got Kelly Mirashidi in the building. What's going on,
fellas?
So we're gonna be talking about how to prepare for the market to crash. Well, I gotta come with the bad news though. What happened?
It's coming, man. We be trying to give you guys a heads up before,
Right. So what's going down? Let the people know what's popping out here in these streets.
Okay, so I'll start off. The truth is we don't know exactly when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen very soon. It could be 3 months from now, it could be a year and a half, maybe 2 years from now. The truth is we don't know. However, it is coming. And the most important thing, you know what they say, if you stay ready, you never got to get ready.
Right.
Gotta, find ways to prepare yourself for when this does happen, so that you'll still be able to stay afloat. And not only really stay afloat, but you can actually thrive in a time of, this market crash when it comes.
And so why is the market going to crash? Like what's going on where it might, is going to do this thing?
I mean, it's happening right before our eyes.
It's happening right now, yeah.
To technically be considered a recession, it's 2 quarters of the year that have to be in the red. And so right now, we in a quarter and a half is in the red. You know what I mean? So, and it's happening in front of us. But look at the gas prices, inflation with everything. Remember, it started with the gas going up a little bit. Now gas is pretty much $5-6 everywhere.
Right.
Food prices is skyrocketing. Everything around us is going up. The banks with their interest rates going up. Car loans, interest rates going up, which means that all these businesses and companies are trying to make as much money to prepare for the economy to go down. That's why everything is going up. And that's why when it is technically on the way to a recession, prices stay up for like a year or two, just to keep up with what's going to happen after that year or two. Like Kadeem said, where everything's down and a lot of people are going to be losing jobs. A lot of companies right now, and up until the beginning of this year, a lot of companies you could have got jobs and you know what I mean. They'd have paid you a lot more money and stuff like that. But all that stuff coming to a halt right now. Like jobs are going to start laying off. This is the last few months where jobs are going to be hiring and setting up for the rest of the year. But right now, everything's about to switch up on everybody.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy. So what are people gonna do now? What we got to do? We start robbing and stealing, or
listen, that's already happening. Crime's at an all-time high right now. That's already happening right now.
Crime, yo, man, and gas, nigga, gas.
That's crazy.
We'll have the have and the have-nots, the real life version of it. You get what I'm saying? So, there's a lot of things that we, people could put in play. I would say a few things. For one, you gotta save. You gotta cash is still king at this point in time. Even though we're in this transforming it into that digital era. Currently, right now, cash is still king. So definitely save as much money as you can as possible. That's number one. Budget. Things that you really, really don't need. Don't worry about it. Don't purchase it.
Right.
Things like that. Also, there's how can I say it? You can invest also to an extent because there's going to be a market crash. You want to invest in certain strategies that when the market does crash, your money is not affected by it. But we, me and Rashidi could tell you guys more about that. Life insurance, hint. That's
no. And I want you to continue, Kay. So hold the thought. But I just want to interject and let cats know that this is another great benefit of a lot of the IUL life insurance policies, the index universal life insurance policies, where you can set a minimum. So even if the market crashes below that, you don't lose money past a certain point. And in most cases, you can only do that with IUL investment vehicles. You understand? Because if you just putting money into stocks or crypto or whatever, and that shit crashes or fucking just goes offline or whatever the fuck it is, your money's gone. You understand? But there's a lot of IULs where you can set a floor where it's like you're guaranteed to at least have the like a certain, like maybe 10% of the money that you've put in over the years or whatever the fuck it is. You understand what I'm saying? But That's why get with RKT appraisals, guys. If you guys don't understand what's really going on, like we're not here just trying to sell their services. We're here trying to save your fucking life. Like this is a part of game.
Mm-hmm.
Understand? This is game. This is strategy. This is giving you the opportunity to get into a situation to insulate your money. You understand what I'm saying? So is real shit, is real talk. And so Kayleen, continue.
Yeah. And also that was a great point. That was a great point. Also, whoever has a 401k, man, pay close attention to that, man. Because when that market does crash, people who do have a 401k will be affected by that tremendously. So
right.
Pay close attention to that. Even if you had to use some of your 401k money, like take it out. They are obviously, depending on your job, there are certain restrictions and rules and regulations depending on what job you have. So look into that as well, because that can, play a big factor in your future.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would. Did you just say take it out?
I would say because, well, if you can, because if you can.
See, I don't agree. What I would say is if you can stand it. If you can stand it, meaning that if you don't have to touch it, if you got enough cash flow where you don't have to touch it, then don't touch it. And if you have enough cash flow where you can still invest, I would say invest. Because here's the thing, you have to look at shout out to Myron Gaines on Fresh and Fit. He says when there's blood in the streets, that's the time to eat. Right. And what that really means is that you have to look at a market crash or a recession as stocks, mutual funds, and indexes going on sale. That's how you have to look at it. You understand? When the market, because a stock like Amazon last year when the markets was good, Amazon was like 3,200, 3,500 a share. You understand? Right now you could get Amazon for like 2,000 and change. You understand? So that's literally the price of a share going down. You understand? No. So honestly, if you're going to be in trouble, you're going to be in trouble where you can't feed your fucking family, then, maybe you might want to look at a contingency plan where you say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to take a certain amount of money out of my, whatever. I'm going to take a little bit of money out of my 401k. I'm going to take some money out of my thing and I'm going to put it here as an emergency, nest egg that I can, get at so I can feed my family and buy my baby some milk or whatever the fuck it is. However, other than that, if you have a certain level of job security, or you got a business where the cash flow is okay, or you have a recession proof business where no matter what, niggas gonna need your services, then keep your cash flow going. And if you can invest, because every time you invest, because the stocks are lower, that means, because check this out. When you buy, let's say you invest in your mutual funds, $200 every month, right? When you put the $200 in, that means you're buying $200 at the stock market at whatever it is at that point. So when they say the stock market is up, that means you're buying into $200 a month at something that costs, let's just say $10,000, right? Mm-hmm. So that means you're buying a certain percentage of the stock market at that point in time. But now when the recession happens and the stock market comes down, that means the stock market in general is not, instead of worth $10,000, the stock market is now worth $5,000. So your $200 has doubled in value when you continue to invest it. You understand what I'm saying? So the trick is to invest when shit is down, meaning like y'all niggas know what it is. Y'all watch the sales at Macy's. Y'all watch the sales at Bloomingdale's and Saks Fifth Avenue so you could buy that Gucci shirt on sale, nigga, so you could floss. You know what it is. You know exactly what you wait till the fucking Jordans go on sale before you go buy the fucking Jordan. You know what it is. Everybody knows what it is. So it's the same thing with the stock market. When things are down, that's the time to invest if you can. You understand? So, you got to really look at your money and be strategic, be smart about your shit, and don't be scared. Don't be scared, because you got to understand, none of these Fortune 500 companies want to fail.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They don't want to fail. They want to do better. They want to make more money. So even though the economy is down, now is the time for you to invest. Now is the time, if you got the extra money, to say to yourself, boom, yo, I want to buy some extra Amazon. I want to buy some extra Tesla. I want to buy some extra Google. I want to buy some, or I want to put more money in my mutual fund, or I want to put more money even in the IUL life insurance. I want to put more money in that. You understand? Because when the market recovers and when it starts going back up, remember that money that you invested now is the value of it percentage wise is going up with the market. You see what I'm saying? So you got to look at it that way.
Yeah, man. And I mean, shout out to Monogamous Player though. Like, just to let you know, that's how you know times is real when you notice in deodorant and toothpaste prices going up.
Bro.
There's nobody paying attention to that. So that's how you know prices going up. But to both of your points, man, I mean, with Kayleen's point with as far as taking out the 401k, you only should take out, like you said, if it's an emergency, but also it's one of those things where you should watch your 401k and make sure you're on the right settings. What do I mean? There's different levels with your 401k as far as high risk, low risk, that type of thing. So you do want to pay attention to that, because what that really means, to what Kaylene was saying, is that in this type of market, if you have high risk, that means when the market goes up, you're getting a lot of money. When the market crashes, you're losing a lot of money.
In
a high risk situation, you need to probably change the settings to moderate, so you don't take a huge hit if the market drops, and you make a good amount of money if the market goes up, but not a lot of money.
Exactly.
So that's the best way to handle the 401k. And then to your point, Miles, with the life insurance policies, the IULs, it's perfect because it's safe money. To the point of the 401k, there's not restrictions like the 401k. The 401k, if you're under 59 years old, the government can tax you 10% tax penalty at the end of the year if you take the money out. But if you got the IUL, there's no tax penalty, there's no penalty, and you can borrow the money and it doesn't count as your income. Right. So it's a lot of ways where the IUL helps you out a lot, and I mean, just in general, you just definitely want people that got jobs. As far as how to help is that if you got a job, they always say that the last one in is the first one out. So it's one of those things where if you don't have to leave your job, don't leave it unless you're making a real strategic move and you know what you're doing. And then two, if you're not doing good at your job right now, you might want to get off probation or look for a new job before they let you go, because you're going to be the first one to let go. So those are things you need to pay attention to. Like, what's your status at your job? Are you in good standing? All right, I might want to stay. All right, am I in good standing? But I'm real good at my job. I did it for 15 years. And I got the experience. Let me take a chance, get a pay bump while I can. And even though I'm at risk, I go to a new company, I know what I'm doing, so I know I'm an asset. Where it goes to you just being confident in yourself, but just really paying attention. And it's right now, if you don't have a job, you're unemployed, you need to get a job, because unemployment is going to start messing with you as far as how long you can have it for. More questions. Remember, the COVID run is over. The grace period and all the slack they've been letting you run the COVID is done. It's finished. Everybody want their money. Nobody cares no more. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody's not dying no more. So therefore, all those rules is over. So if you don't got a job, might want to go get a job right now. You know, even if you get something for 7-8 months, at least if you lose it, you get unemployment again. So those are some of the things you want to start doing, type of thing, when it comes to your jobs and everything like that. And then, like I said, if you can get more money somewhere else, get it, if that industry is safe. Tech industry is not safe, because we all know everybody went with technology and now that's crashing. That's one of the signs of all of this. All these tech companies, they're not hiring anymore at all, because technology is slowing. It's not slowing down, but everybody jumped in that field. Now it's oversaturated.
So the last one in, first one out. And now is the time for all y'all slacking ass niggas, start getting to work on time or early. You see my man K with the tie and the shirt. Start. At least if you don't want to wear the tie, at least wear the button up shirt. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't want to wear the button up shirt, at least wear the button up polo. You understand what I'm saying? Let's take it a little bit seriously, because trust me, the bosses are watching. The boss is watching, because I remember when I was still in corporate America and we had that downturn, and I think I think it was 2008. Bro, they told me, they was like, listen, they called me into the office and they was like, look, we want you to know that we like you here and but we're not sure if we're going to be able to keep you. You understand? 4.5 weeks later, they called me back into the office again, and they was like, "Listen, remember what we spoke to you about? It's coming to pass. We're gonna have to let you go." And I was like, "Oh, come on, son, you serious?" And they let a nigga go. You understand? And that's when I started doing Uber for a year. I was doing Uber and Lyft for a fucking year. That's another thing too. To get ready for the crash, start looking at things that you can do to keep cash flow.
Right.
And don't fuck your pride. Now ain't the time to be proud, nigga. Now ain't the time to be flossing for bitches. Now ain't the time to be worried about what your friends think.
Right.
Understand? Fucking get your car set up. Like if you in New York and you don't want to pay for all of the requirements that it takes to get like a taxi license in New York, find one of your homies that live in New Jersey, nigga, and use their address and get your car set up to take Uber rides in Jersey, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of, New York and tri-state area niggas watch this. Or in any state that you in, Uber Eats, fucking Instacart, where you Whole Foods, grocery and delivery. You understand? Fucking Amazon Plus, is it? I think it's called, or Amazon Flex, where you pick up packages and items for household items for people. You understand what I'm saying? I know gas is expensive, but it's still a good way for you to keep cash flow, bro. You understand? Get online and fucking buy cheap shit off of Alibaba, sell that shit on Amazon. Like, figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Figure it out, bro. Fuck your pride. Fuck all the bullshit. Stop worrying about what your girl thinks. Stop worrying about what your homies think. Get out here and get this fucking money, because even though it's a recession, it's still a lot of money out here. So don't. Right. That's one thing I would say too. To prepare yourself for a market crash, bro. Don't buy into the fear and the negativity of the crash. Right. You understand what I'm saying? That's one thing that you gotta that you can't let it fuck with you. Right. Because I remember when I was doing Uber, Lucario and myself, we had a mutual friend, and she was asking me questions. She was like, "Oh, so how was it driving Uber?" And I'm the type of nigga, I keep it honest, so I let her know exactly what I was making. And she was looking at me like, "Oh, that ain't no money, and why are you doing that? And you're not making." And I was looking at her like, "Bitch, you don't live my life. Shut the fuck up." Right. You understand what I'm saying? And it's something that you got to realize that, listen, you can't let what other people think fuck with you when the reality hits and you got bills to pay.
Exactly.
You understand? You can't let what other people think fuck with you. You can't let the negativity stop your hustle spirit. You understand? Because that's what a lot of people would love to do. They see you hustling, but just because it's not something that they would do, they want to look their fucking nose down at you. Fuck those people. You understand? You got bills to pay. You got kids to feed. You got a girl. You got to make sure she good, whatever it is. You got rent to pay. Go out there and do what the fuck you got to do. And I'm sure that during the time of when the economy was good, you bought something that you could fucking sell on Craigslist. And get it. Because I remember, bro, I had a fucking Korg Triton. Ask Lucario, I used to make beats for this nigga. I used to make rap beats for this nigga. And that same job that I told you that I got fired from, I had to get on fucking Craigslist and sell my fucking Korg Triton to this Mexican nigga for $350. Nigga.
No, you gotta get it back. You gotta get it back because we need to make them beat. Yo, this Mexican dude from a Catholic church came and bought my shit for $350 when my parents bought it for me for like $900. You understand? It was an older model. It was an older model, but he came and bought that shit. And so I say that all of that to say, don't let the negativity stop you from making the decisions that you got to make, especially as a man. You understand? Because I'm always on my man shit, especially when it comes to game, when it comes to strategy and all that shit. Don't let none of this negative, and don't let your bitch fuck with you neither. Because a lot of times, even your own girl will turn on you because she see you hustling or doing something that may not seem cool or her friends don't approve of and all that shit. Tell that bitch to shut the fuck up. And as long as the bills is paid, she needs to keep her mouth shut and appreciate that you're willing to go out here and hustle. Thanks. So King said the market crash coming will destroy the world. There won't be in a need for Uber drivers. He's on some doomsday.
Listen, King. I don't know if Armageddon is coming, brother, but We're gonna leave that one alone for right now.
No. We could touch on it for a second. Here's the thing. Now, this is important. Now, the market crash, right? Even when it happens, it's not just about finances. It's about civilization. It's about the way you live in your life too.
Mm.
What happens if the power goes out tomorrow?
Mm. I know, right?
What happens if you can't get to your supermarket?
Mm-hmm.
What happens if you can't get no gas?
Right.
So these things are important too.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would say, do I think the world is going to end from it? No, I think Uber drivers still going to be able to drive their Ubers. Don't get me wrong. But however, it's important to still know how to function independently without government assistance.
Right.
Because we all rely on the government in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
Mm.
And so it's still, that's important. Shout out to King for even bringing that up.
Yep.
Shout out to all the listeners, people tuning in. It's super, super important.
Yeah, because you never know, man. They this allegedly supposed to be like a cyber crash, so the internet's probably going to be out at some point,
right?
Or you know what I'm saying? Hopefully hopefully that shit don't happen. But that's what I heard. You feel what I'm saying? Because they was talking about COVID before COVID happened, so they talking about this now. So who knows? You understand what I'm saying? So hopefully, imagine like the power and everything go out. Like you said, what are you going to do? You feel what I'm saying? So hopefully this
on Infamil.
Right, exactly.
Like you just never know.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, did you? So I heard, there's some conspiracy theory shit, but they saying that a lot of the women, like women who got vaccinated, now that they're pregnant, they're not producing enough breast milk.
Oh wow!
And then they also talked about how there's this new company called BioMilk that is actually creating synthetic breast milk.
Wow. And they said that they running out of baby food and shit. So
and there's a fucking baby formula shortage all at the same time.
Exactly.
So
I know, right? Exactly.
I don't know. Man. I don't know.
Oh man, this fucking crazy. So what do y'all think? Okay, so what can RKT appraisals do?
Yeah,
help these guys out, to prepare for this market crash. Like somebody comes to you and they're like, "Listen, man, I need some help." What would y'all be able to do for them in this situation?
The first thing I tell them to do is sit down with us because we're familiar with different market strategies. So with us, a free consultation will be able to talk to you and set you up in the best way possible to help you prepare for this crash.
Yeah, man. Because we just talk about everything, man. I mean, at the end of the day, our thing is we work within what you have.
Exactly.
To get to what you need. So if you got a job, that means you probably have a 401k. If we talk to you and you have a job, we find out you don't have a 401k, we tell you to get that 401k. If that job doesn't offer a 401k, we tell you to get a job that offers a 401k because it's 2022. If your job don't got no 401k, they have no respect for your life at all. Right. That's just the reality of the situation. Right. You know what I mean? Like
I'll say too that because listen, see, something that people don't understand about budgeting, which is what RKT can help you guys out with, is that a lot of people don't even really sit down and list their expenses.
Right.
You understand? Sitting down with RKT will get you to the point where because they'll ask you, you'll be on the phone and they'll be like, all right, so let's talk about your expenses. Let's talk about everything. And then when you actually see everything in front of you, you're like, wait a second, I'm paying this much for what?
Right.
Yo, you right then and there, you call your girl, be like, hey, baby, this is done. We're not doing this no more. She'd be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And then, or she'll be like, oh shit, I didn't even know we were still paying for that.
Right.
Like, you understand what I'm saying? So it really makes a difference just to write it all down and see where your money is going. And then when you realize, because there's certain things that you probably don't use no more, that you don't need that much anymore, that if push came to shove, you would actually be more than willing to give it up.
Right.
You understand? So you could give it up right now. And then it'll help you shore up some extra funds and some extra cash flow within your budget. You understand? So look, man, guys, call RKT Appraisals, man, 973-420-5028. They can list, we could go down your shit line by line and see where your money's actually going. And then make a plan to say, all right, what's absolutely necessary and what's unnecessary. Get rid of the unnecessary shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? And this, see, this whole prospect of a market crash could be a good thing, because this could kind of force you to do something that you should have already done that you were never willing to do, but now you're really willing to do it because of the fucking market crash.
Right.
You understand? So now you're willing to go through your expenses line by line, really get an idea of where your money's going, and then understand where you can make some budget cuts, or you can move money to a different place to be more strategic. Because like I was saying, let's just say you have an expense right now that's like let's just say a $400 expense, right? Mm-hmm. And you can be willing to give it up. Like, for example, it's probably a family out there that's paying like $400 for like car insurance or house insurance.
Right.
RKT Appraisals can give you advice to say, yo, I know this other insurance company where you could get the same coverage and you can pay $250 for that same insurance coverage. So now you just freed up $150 in your budget. So now you could say, all right, put $100 to your cash flow, and then put that other $50 into your IUL life insurance account. Because now, like I said, if you invest more into your market indexed investment vehicles, your money is worth more in a down market. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So now now you restructured your entire budget. So now when the market starts to turn around, when Trump get back into office and the market starts to turn around, yeah, saw what I just did there.
Funny.
When they get fucking Biden's ass out of there and the market starts to turn around, that extra $50 that you started putting in because of the restructuring of your budget, now it's making you even more money. You understand what I'm saying? So get with these guys, man.
Right. So anything else they want to say before we wrap it up?
I mean, the last thing I'll say is that, I want people to stop getting out of the mindset of next time is not for me right now, and actually start taking advantage of opportunities when they present itself. So a lot of times people are always just like, oh, next time. It's not meant for it to be right now because it's just not that time. Not false. Take advantage of any opportunity that comes your way. That'd be my advice for people.
Last thing I would say is, well, for one, shout out to monogamous player. Also, there's nothing new under the sun. History repeats itself. This is not the first crash, neither will it be the last crash. Right. So the time is now to start getting ready for it, and call our KT Appraisals.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, people, we appreciate y'all tuning in, and make sure you guys go to rktappraisals.com, and we will holler at y'all later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. We gone. We out. We out. We out.